Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Ball Gamer. Today we're having a look at the Andrea booster pack for Mantics All Out War Walking Dead game. So it comes in a box like this. It's a rather typical box for all the boosters. And there are 3 miniatures inside, 2 survivors and 1 walker, which is kind of normal for these booster boxes. So open it up, it comes in one of these black plastic trays, and of course you have the cards. So we'll have a look at the cards first. So we have 4 equipment cards to be shuffled into your deck, and we have the 4/4 Magnum, which costs 30 points. Here's a close-up of it. That's a really nice thing, a piece of equipment which you should be for a cost of 30 points, which is quite expensive obviously. Next we have bandages, which is a good useful piece of equipment and costs 5 points. Next we have the speed loader, which costs 12 points. It's quite a useful piece of equipment to have. And finally we have ammo reload, which costs 8, which is basically the same, as far as I can tell, as the speed loader. So next we move on to the character cards, and they got the usual cover, back cover. And this card is for Andrea, and she's a skilled sharpshooter, costing 40 points, which is very expensive, but you do get a good character for this. And of course you have Amy, who costs 10 points, so she's a cheap character, and you get what you'd expect for this. A low nerve, no melee to speak of, shoot and defense of red, so yeah. She's alright for 10 points, but nothing special. So next we'll go on and have a look at the miniatures, which is the real reason why I buy these packs, because they're beautiful miniatures. And this pack is no exception. It's a really nice looking miniature of Amy here. Now I did rush ahead a little bit and prime her first, so they're brown. Before I took a picture, but as you can see she's got a little mold line which I've scraped, that's why there's a bit of grey on her one arm. So yeah, it runs completely down the one side of her, which was a bit of a pain to be honest, but with a bit of a scrape it cleared up and fine. So here's Andrea, and again I got ahead of myself a little bit and didn't take a picture of them pre-primed, so I primed her up here. And again, the grey part you can see is the line where I had to scrape off another mould line, again running down the side of her. I actually missed a bit on her face, but when I finish her I don't think you really noticed. And the walker. So here's the walker and some stills. Now he wasn't too bad. He's got one mould line across the top of his head, which you can kind of see here going across the middle of his head. But apart from that, he's pretty good. So miraculously, now you'll see how I painted them up. And they're lovely miniatures to paint. They're nice and chunky, easy to paint, easy to see all the visuals on them. And as you can see, Amy here, I think looks pretty cool as she is, painted up to my sort of standard, which is fine for me. Here is Andrea, in quite a dynamic pose. I like the Mantic miniatures for Walking Dead. They're really nice and chunky, and I'll just buy them if you see them about. Right, so the walker I turned into a Santa Claus. It's close to Christmas. I figured it'd be quite funny to turn him into a Santa Walker. So here he is as Santa Claus, with a bit of a green stuff stocking by his feet. So all in all, yep, another really good pack by Mantic. And if you're interested in Walking Dead, I highly recommend this pack. So until next time, goodbye.